Hey guys, welcome to Y&R Daily Update, YouTube channel. Today's topics: The Young and the Restless spoilers. 3 major bombshells reveals 3 character meltdowns. The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest 3 major bombshells are about to hit the land of Genoa City, which will cause 3 major character meltdowns. What secrets will be spilled, and how will these individuals react? Time to talk about it. Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? Claire Newman learns the truth. Claire Newman, Haley Aaron, has taken a step back from her demure demeanor and has had an edgier side as of late. Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, recently came only half clean when he told his gal pal what happened in France between him and Audra Charles Zulia Silver. As Claire is bound to learn that the flirting was heavy and nice, and Kyle shared a lip lock with Audra, she not only questioned why Kyle lied about it, but will likely lash out at the brunette. During an SOD interview, Haley Aaron hinted at a tougher Claire coming soon, and giving Audra a taste of her own medicine. So, Miss Charles had better watch her back where Claire is concerned once she learns the truth. Claire Newman's life in Genoa City has been filled with twists, but nothing could have prepared her for the truth she is about to uncover. For months, she has been adjusting to her new reality as part of the Newman family. Learning how to navigate the power, politics, and complicated relationships that come with the name, Claire has worked hard to earn the trust of Victor Newman, Nikki Newman, and her cousins. But deep down, she has always felt like there were pieces missing in the puzzle of her life. Now, in a shocking turn of events, those missing pieces are about to come together, and the result will change everything. It all begins when Claire stumbles across a file that Adam Newman had tucked away in his office. She wasn't snooping, at least not intentionally. But when Adam left the door unlocked, her curiosity got the better of her. The file contained documents about her past, including medical records and a birth certificate that didn't match the one she had been given as a child. The place of birth was different. The attending physician's name was different. And there was a note in the margins with the initials. Claire's heart raced as she pieced together what this could mean. The shock of the discovery sent her mind spinning. Was it possible her entire life story had been rewritten? Determined to get answers, Claire first went to her mother, Jordan, but the conversation quickly turned hostile. Jordan insisted Claire dropped the matter, warning her that digging into the past would only reopen wounds and destroy the progress she had made with the new. But Claire's instincts told her Jordan was hiding something monumental. With tension already running high in the Newman family due to Victor's latest business maneuvers and a simmering rivalry between Nick and Adam, Claire knew that whatever truth she uncovered could ripple across all their lives. Nikki, sensing her granddaughter's distress, tried to step in, offering to help her piece together the missing details of her early years. But even Nikki seemed to hesitate when Claire pressed too hard. It was almost as if everyone around her knew more than they were willing to say. The breakthrough came when Claire tracked down an old friend of her late father, Cole Howard. This friend revealed that the circumstances surrounding Claire's birth were anything but normal. There had been whispers that Cole and Victoria were pressured into certain decisions by Victor himself, and that Jordan had played a manipulative role from the very beginning. The most explosive revelation, however, was that Claire may not have been the victim of a simple family misunderstanding or custody battle. Her very identity may have been altered as part of a calculated scheme. As she dug deeper, Claire began to suspect that the scheme was connected to an old Newman family scandal, involving corporate espionage, a lost fortune, and a betrayal that had been swept under the rug decades ago. This betrayal, she learned, may have resulted in a baby swap designed to protect the family's reputation and secure control over a key business asset. Subscribe our channel for more latest updates. The evidence Claire uncovered pointed to the possibility that she had not only been stolen from her rightful life, but that her biological heritage could connect her to another powerful Genoa City family entirely. One with a history of bitter rivalry with the Newmans. The weight of the revelation left Claire torn between loyalty to the family that had embraced her and the need to reclaim the truth about who she was. Meanwhile, whispers of her investigation began circulating around town, stirring up suspicion and fear. Adam, ever the opportunist, saw Claire's quest as a chance to unsettle Victor and gain leverage. Victoria, on the other hand, feared that the truth could fracture the family beyond repair. The tension reached a boiling point when Claire confronted Victor directly. In a tense and emotional exchange, Victor neither confirmed nor denied her suspicions, but made it clear that some truths were better left buried. His cryptic words only fueled her determination. As the drama unfolds, Claire finds herself at a crossroads. She can continue digging and risk exposing secrets that could destroy the Newman family's legacy. Or she can walk away and try to build a future without the answers she craves. Either way, the truth she has already uncovered has forever changed the way she sees herself, and the family she now knows may have built their empire on lies. The coming weeks in Genoa City promised explosive confrontations, shifting alliances, and the possibility that Claire's revelations could ignite a war between two of the most powerful families in town. And if the whispers are true, the fallout from this truth could be more dangerous than anything the Newmans have faced before, making Claire not just a victim of the past, but a key player in shaping the future of Genoa City. The fallout from Claire Newman's discovery spreads like wildfire across Genoa City, reaching corners of the Newman empire she never imagined touching. After her tense standoff with Victor, Claire retreats to the Abbott estate for advice from Summer Newman, hoping her cousin can offer perspective without the heavy hand of Newman politics. Summer listens carefully, but even she can't deny the possible danger in digging too deep. She warns Claire that Victor has survived decades in business and family warfare by keeping control over every secret. If he wants something buried, he will make sure it stays that way. Still, Claire's resolve hardens. She decides to enlist the help of Chance Chancellor, whose investigative instincts and ties to law enforcement could give her the edge she needs. At first, Chance is reluctant. He knows what it means to take on the Newmans, but after seeing the depth of Claire's hurt and confusion, he agrees to look into the mysterious birth records. Chance soon discovers that the doctor listed on the alternate certificate died under suspicious circumstances shortly after Claire's birth, a fact never made public. Even more troubling, the hospital where Claire was allegedly born had a fire in its records department that destroyed years' worth of files. Chance can't prove it yet, but the timing reeks of a cover-up. Meanwhile, Nikki becomes increasingly conflicted. Her love for Claire is genuine, but she remembers the turbulent period when Victoria was pregnant and Jordan's manipulations were at their peak. Nikki knows there were arrangements made to protect the family, but she never knew the full scope. She begins secretly visiting old contacts, hoping to piece together the story herself before Claire uncovers something that could blow the family apart. Victor, aware that Claire's search is gaining momentum, quietly enlists Michael Baldwin to monitor her movements. Michael warns Victor that if Claire connects the dots, the scandal could draw public scrutiny to old corporate deals that were never meant to see the light of day. Victor remains stone-faced, but inwardly calculates his next move. The first major crack in the family's unity comes when Adam approaches Claire directly. He offers her information in exchange for an alliance against Victor and Victoria. Adam claims he has proof that Claire's birth was tied to a high-stakes business acquisition involving another prominent family, the Chancellors. If true, it would mean Claire's biological father might not be Cole Howard at all. Claire is torn. She knows Adam often bends the truth for his own gain, but his confidence makes her wonder if he might be telling the truth this time. Victoria, sensing Claire's trust slipping, invites her daughter to spend a quiet weekend away at the Newman ranch. The trip starts peacefully, but it quickly turns into an emotional confrontation. Victoria admits that there were irregularities surrounding Claire's birth, but insists that every decision she made was out of love and protection. Claire demands specifics, but Victoria shuts down, leaving more questions than answers. Back in Genoa City, Chance uncovers a lead, an elderly nurse now living in Florida who claims to remember the night Claire was born. The nurse tells him that a baby girl was taken from the maternity ward under strict orders, and that no one dared question it because the orders came from a man with immense power. She refuses to name him, but confirms that the mother listed on the official records was not the same woman who actually gave birth. When Claire hears this, her world tilts. The possibility that Victoria might not be her biological mother forces her to reconsider everything she's believed since coming to Genoa City. And if Victoria isn't her mother, then who is? And why did the Newmans go to such lengths to keep it hidden? As word leaks to the press that Claire is questioning her parentage, media speculation runs wild. Rivals of the Newman family seize the opportunity to attack their credibility. Business partners grow uneasy, and inside Newman Enterprises, tension builds as board members worry that a public scandal could weaken their position. The stage is set for a showdown. Claire, now armed with enough evidence to demand answers, prepares to confront Victor and Victoria together. What she doesn't know is that someone else, someone with a personal stake in keeping the truth buried, is prepared to stop her by any means necessary. And if this shadowy figure has their way, Claire's search for the truth could end in tragedy before it ever reaches the light of day. The truth is closer than ever, but so is the danger. And in Genoa City, secrets this big rarely come out without someone paying the ultimate price. Nate Hastings will feel duped. Much like Claire Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic is struggling with the loss of a family member as his brother Dom and Kane, Jermaine Rivers, was stabbed in Nice. What is this? Nate was there for both Claire and Victoria Newman. Amelia Hindley when they were dealing with Cole Howard's J. Eddie Peck passing. So whether or not Claire finds out the truth, she's likely to tell him about Idra's seduction plan. He'll feel utterly betrayed and embarrassed that Idra teamed up with Victor Newman, Eric Braden, to cross a line like this. Between Claire and Nate lashing out, Audra won't know what hit her. Nate Hastings has always prided himself on being a man who sees through manipulation. But in the coming weeks on The Young and the Restless, he is about to learn that even the sharpest minds can be outplayed. For months, Nate has been trying to navigate his way back into the trust of Genoa City's power players after his failed coup at Newman Enterprises left him with more enemies than allies. His focus has been on rebuilding his reputation, regaining his medical career's integrity, and proving that he is more than just a schemer. But while he has been carefully watching others, he never realized someone close to him has been playing an entirely different game, one that will leave him feeling duped and betrayed. The setup begins quietly with Nate finding himself pulled into a business deal that seems too good to be true. Devin Hamilton and Lily Winters, still wary of his past actions, have kept him at arm's length in Chancellor Winters. But when a mysterious investor expresses interest in partnering with the company, Nate is asked to meet them due to his dual background in business and medicine. The investor pitches an innovative healthcare startup, promising big returns and philanthropic benefits. Nate's instincts tell him this could be his chance to prove himself as both a savvy businessman and a man committed to helping people. What Nate doesn't know is that this investor is a front for a much larger player, one who has a personal score to settle with him. As Nate dives deeper into the deal, he begins noticing odd gaps in the information provided. Still, the promise of success and redemption blinds him to the warning signs. Audra Charles, ever the opportunist, subtly fans the flames by encouraging him to take risks and not let his past failures make him timid. Nate, flattered by her confidence, ignores Devin's subtle warnings that Audra is rarely on anyone's side but her own. The first cracks appear when Nate learns that the startup's proprietary technology was acquired under questionable circumstances. The patent holder, an older doctor Nate once worked with, claims it was stolen from him after a series of shady boardroom maneuvers. Nate is unsettled, but the investor assures him it's a misunderstanding. Wanting to believe he's part of something legitimate, Nate pushes forward, unknowingly stepping into a trap. Behind the scenes, Victor Newman is watching closely. Victor has his own reasons for letting the deal progress, seeing it as a way to test Nate's loyalty and perhaps expose weaknesses in other players. Subscribe our channel for more latest update. When Nate finally learns the truth, that the entire deal was orchestrated by a rival to humiliate him and strip him of what little credibility he has left, it hits him like a punch to the gut. The investor vanishes, the funding collapses, and the media spins the story to make it look like Nate was either incompetent or complicit in the scheme. Feeling cornered, Nate demands answers from Audra, only for her to admit she knew more than she let on. She defends herself by claiming she thought he could handle the risk, but her smug tone makes it clear she benefited from his downfall. Devin, though tempted to gloat, instead warns Nate that this is exactly what happens when he trusts the wrong people. The humiliation doesn't stop there. The medical board, already cautious about reinstating Nate fully after his previous ethical breaches, reopens his file. His return to medicine, something he's been working toward, suddenly hangs in the balance. And socially, doors begin to close again as influential players distance themselves from him. What stings most for Nate is realizing that this scheme was never just about money, it was personal. The mastermind behind it, revealed to be a former hospital administrator he clashed with years ago, wanted payback for a decision Nate made that cost her career. She used her connections in the business world to build a scenario where Nate's own ambition would be the weapon against him. Now Nate is left with two options: quietly take the hit and fade into the background, or fight back and risk even more damage to his already fragile reputation. The decision is made harder by the fact that if he exposes the truth, others in Genoa City, including people he cares about, may also be implicated. In the weeks ahead, Nate will be forced to confront his own blind spots, particularly his tendency to believe in his own ability to control the game. This time, he wasn't the puppet master, he was the puppet. And as the reality sinks in, one thing becomes clear. If Nate is going to survive this, he will have to learn from his mistakes, choose his allies carefully, and perhaps embrace a side of himself he's been trying to suppress. The side that can play just as ruthlessly as the people who outplayed him. By the time the dust settles, Nate Hastings will be a changed man. Feeling duped may be the most humiliating moment of his life, but it could also be the catalyst that transforms him into one of Genoa City's most unpredictable power players. If that happens, those who tricked him might soon find out that Nate Hastings, once burned, is not a man they want to cross again. The sting of betrayal doesn't fade for Nate Hastings. It deepens with every passing day as he realizes just how fairy-acking the trap was. The more he thinks back, the more he sees the signs he missed, the carefully timed meetings, the accidental leaks to the press, and the way certain people in Genoa City seem just a little too eager to watch him stumble. Nate has been in operating rooms under the most intense pressure imaginable, but nothing compares to the cold, suffocating weight of knowing he was the mark in someone else's long con. Determined not to let his enemies have the last word, Nate begins quietly pulling on every thread he can find. His first stop is the hospital administrator who orchestrated his downfall. Marissa Langford, the woman who lost her position years ago after Nate blew the whistle on improper patient care. Marissa doesn't deny her role when he confronts her. In fact, she seems almost proud. She tells Nate she didn't just want revenge, she wanted him to feel what she felt. Powerless, disgraced, and abandoned by the very people he trusted. Her words hit home harder than Nate expects, leaving him rattled, but more resolved than ever to clear his name. While Nate works behind the scenes, Audra Charles continues to operate in plain sight, maneuvering herself into more influence at Chancellor Winters. Devin, sensing that Audra's fingerprints are all over Nate's humiliation, keeps his guard up. He warns Lily that if Audra could help take down Nate this way, there's no telling what she might do to them. Lily agrees, but worries that Devin's grudge against Nate might blind him to a bigger picture. Audra may be playing everyone, not just Nate. Nate's investigation takes an unexpected turn when he learns that Victor Newman may have known about the setup from the very beginning. While Nate suspects Victor didn't mastermind it, the evidence suggests Victor allowed it to happen as a test. This infuriates Nate. Being a pawn in Newman family games is one thing, but realizing Victor let him walk into a career-destroying trap for sport is another. Things come to a head when Nate's medical board hearing arrives. Just as it seems he's about to lose his last chance at reinstatement, an anonymous tip lands in the board's inbox. Subscribe our channel for more latest update. A recording of Marissa admitting to deliberately targeting Nate, the tipster. Alina Dawson, who had been quietly keeping tabs on Nate's situation despite their breakup. Her intervention saves his license, but the damage to his reputation in business remains. Nate thanks Alina, but the moment is bittersweet. He knows she helped because she still sees the good in him, but he also knows she has no interest in rekindling what they once had. With his medical future secure, Nate shifts his focus. To pay back, he starts digging into Audra's financial records, determined to find proof of her involvement. It's a dangerous move. Audra is quick, cunning, and knows how to cover her tracks. But Nate's persistence begins to uncover connections between her and shell companies tied to Marissa's scheme. If Nate can prove that Audra played a role, he could not only clear the remainder of his name, but also topple her growing influence at Chancellor Winters. The final twist comes when Nate discovers that someone unexpected, Tucker McCall, had quietly bankrolled parts of the scheme. Tucker's motive to weaken Nate so he couldn't be used as a power piece by Devin or Lily in their ongoing corporate chess match. This revelation shifts everything. Nate realizes that in Genoa City, betrayal isn't always personal. It's often just business. But that doesn't make it hurt any less. By the end of this ordeal, Nate is no longer the same man who walked into that investor meeting brimming with hope. He's sharper, more suspicious, and far less trusting of charm or opportunity. Feeling duped has lit a fire in him that no one in Genoa City will be able to ignore. Nate Hastings isn't just planning to rebuild. He's planning to outplay every single person who thought they could use him as a pawn. And when he finally makes his move, those who set the trap may find themselves ensnared in a far deadlier game. The video transcript reveals a dramatic and intricate storyline unfolding in the world of The Young and the Restless, centered largely around Claire Newman's shocking discovery about her origins and Nate Hastings' devastating betrayal. Claire Newman uncovers hidden files, indicating that her birth records may have been falsified and that her true identity could link her to a rival family, the Chancellors, rather than the Newmans who raised her. This revelation threatens to upend long-held family secrets, corporate empires, and personal loyalties in Genoa City. Claire's pursuit of the truth sets off a chain reaction of tension, suspicion, and potential conflict among the Newman family and beyond. Simultaneously, Nate Hastings faces a personal and professional crisis. After a failed business deal, engineered by a mysterious investor, Nate realizes he has been set up in a scheme masterminded by a former adversary seeking revenge. This betrayal not only threatens Nate's reputation and medical career but also forces him to confront the harsh realities of trust and manipulation within Genoa City's power dynamics. With the help of allies like Chancellor and Alina Dawson, Nate begins to unravel the conspiracy involving Audra Charles and even Tucker McCall, turning his humiliation into a fierce determination to reclaim his status and seek retribution. Together, the stories of Claire and Nate explore themes of identity, betrayal, power struggles, and resilience, setting the stage for explosive confrontations, shifting alliances, and high-stakes drama that will reshape Genoa City's landscape. Claire Newman discovers shocking discrepancies in her birth records, questioning her true identity. Claire's investigation leads to suspicions of a baby swap involving the Newman family and a corporate espionage scandal. Nate Hastings is duped in a deceptive business deal designed to destroy his reputation and career. Nate confronts betrayal from both a former adversary and Audra Charles, who played a pivotal role in his downfall. Victor Newman's involvement hints at deeper manipulations and power plays behind the scenes. Nate enlists allies like Alina Dawson and Chancellor to expose the truth and fight back. The unfolding drama promises explosive confrontations that could ignite a war between Genoa City's most powerful families. Identity and heritage are central themes. Claire's storyline revolves around the profound question of identity, illustrating how birth secrets and family history can impact personal and political dynamics. Her discovery challenges the foundation of the Newman family legacy and introduces the possibility of a hidden lineage tied to their rivals, the Chancellors. This plotline highlights how soap operas use family mysteries to drive emotional and narrative tension. Deception and betrayal drive character development. Nate's arc demonstrates how betrayal can catalyze significant personal transformation. Once hopeful and ambitious, Nate's experience as a pawn in a larger scheme forces him to adopt a more cautious, strategic, and ruthless approach. His journey is a classic tale of downfall and redemption, enriched by complex interpersonal betrayals that deepen the drama. Corporate power struggles mirror family conflicts. The intertwining of business maneuvers with family drama in Genoa City underscores the dual nature of power in the show. Victor Newman's manipulation of events behind the scenes, including allowing Nate's downfall as a test, reveals that corporate ambitions and family loyalties are often at odds, creating a fertile ground for intrigue and shifting allegiances. Alliances and rivalries are fluid. Both Claire and Nate find themselves navigating a landscape where allies can quickly become adversaries, and enemies may offer unexpected help. Claire's tentative alliance with Adam Newman and Nate's reliance on Alina Dawson and Chancellor illustrate the complexity of trust in this environment. The fluidity of relationships adds layers to the narrative and keeps viewers guessing about characters' true motives. The role of secrets in maintaining power. The show emphasizes that secrets are a currency in Genoa City. Claire's discovery of hidden birth records and the deliberate destruction of hospital files reveal how information is controlled to protect reputations and maintain influence. Victor's cryptic warnings to Claire about buried truths suggest that some secrets are considered essential for preserving the family empire, even at great personal cost. Consequences of past actions resonate deeply. Nate's downfall is linked to decisions he made years ago, particularly his whistleblowing that cost a rival her job. This highlights how past deeds continue to shape the present, with long memories and unresolved grievances fueling ongoing conflicts. It also speaks to the enduring impact of ethical choices in a morally complex world. Escalating drama sets the stage for future conflict. The narrative builds toward explosive confrontations involving not only Claire and Nate, but also key figures like Victor, Victoria, Adam, and Audra. The potential exposure of family secrets threatens to ignite a war between the Newmans and Chancellors. making the stakes higher than ever. The looming danger to Claire's safety and Nate's reputation adds suspense and urgency to the unfolding storylines. The video transcript provides a rich, multi-layered summary of evolving plotlines in The Young and the Restless. Central to the drama is Claire Newman's quest for identity, which threatens to unravel the Newman family's carefully guarded secrets, and Nate Hastings' painful betrayal that forces him to rethink his approach to trust and power. These story arcs interweave personal struggles with corporate intrigue, underscoring themes of loyalty, deception, and resilience. As tensions escalate, the characters must navigate a treacherous landscape of shifting alliances and hidden agendas, setting the stage for intense high-stakes drama in Genoa City's continuing saga.